Welcome to Fear Fridays. My name is Lisa, and this is Kindness and Light. And this week, I will be starting a new series about I'm not forbidden objects or haunted objects. I don't know if they would be haunted, but I'm assuming they would be because it would be forbidden objects that you should never, ever, ever, ever have in your life. Please get comfortable, get something to drink, and enjoy this series because I've kind of enjoyed learning about it. This has always been fascinating for me to learn about things that we are not supposed to be having, I guess. The first one I'm going to be doing is Constantine searched for the spear to protect us. Now, if you've watched the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves, you know what spear I'm talking about. It is the spear of destiny. It is a true thing. It was a holy lance, the lance of Longinus. I know I just not pronounced that right. Or the spear of destiny, or the holy spear. Now, this lance, this spear, is one that stabbed Jesus on the cross in his side, or poked him to make sure that he was still dead, that he was dead. One of the soldiers had stuck a spear up in his side of him to make sure that he was dead, and what came out was blood and water. Now, of course, the soldier's name was Longinus. And like I said, I doubt it's pronounced that right, but that's exactly what I'm doing. This is just me. I love telling these stories for you, my viewers, so I hope you enjoy them. Now, pieces of the spear are claimed to be in 4 relics. Why would they break up the spear? Who knows? Maybe it was done already, that it was broken up. But it's just weird that they scattered them all over the place so nobody could have this one object put together, you know. So these 4 relics are, one is supposedly in Rome. A relic claimed Holy Lance did this, they break it apart to make sure that it was never the original piece because of the power it supposedly had. I'm thinking so. You know, maybe it was to protect the world from it. This Holy Lance is under the dome of St. Peter's Basilica. Catholic Church makes no claim to its authenticity. It makes a claim to not being real. Now, the Catholic Church says that's not real. It's not the real Spear of Destiny, but they claim it to be the Holy Lance. They claim it to be real. The point of the spear is in 1615 was captured by the Persian force of King, and I'm not going to pronounce his name, Sarasi II. Now, the king gave it into Nicetas to take to Constantinople, and to have it placed in the church on the Virgin of Pharaohs, which was set the tip into a statue, like a trophy box, more or less. And it was just the tip of the spear. Now, that was the first part of it. And then it was acquired by the King of France, Louis IV. Now, this little tip is going around and around and around. The point was enshrined with the crown of the thorns in Paris, supposedly. The crown of thorns was the crown that was placed on Jesus' head. During the French Revolution, though, they were removed, but the point disappeared. Where did it go? Somebody stole it, or it just completely disappeared. The large part of the spear from Constantinople in 1492, the relic fell into the hands of the Turks, which then held captive the Pope's brother and imprisoned him. Now, Vlad the Tepish, fighter in this war for the spear, And he did. He was fighting for this spear, fighting for the freedom from the Turks. Vlad the Impaler, which people know him as Dracula. Vlad Tepes, it was his real name. Um, and he did fight for the Holy Church, and he was a good guy. So, for as far as people being, scared of this mythical creature, Dracula. Um, but he fought the war against the Turks, and then in Vienna, the Holy Lance ended up as a display in the imperial treasury of Welch Schessenheimer Worldly Treasure Room in Vienna, Austria. And it was a winged lance. Now, the winged lance, it wouldn't be a winged lance because back in the day of Jesus, it was just the spear, the top of a spear. It didn't have wings like a handle on it. This was a wing lance, and then the French Revolution came in 1796. They moved all these relics to Vienna for safekeeping. Now, in Hitler time, in 1918, he said it was a magical relic as an everlasting bond of a union, fighting soldiers union, because it was from, of course, the people who killed Jesus. The Nazis brought them to Nuremberg, the 5 pieces of this supposedly spear, and they used it as a symbol. Now, was the Gnostic swastika a symbol of the Holy Cross or the Holy Spear? The Spear of Destiny? Maybe. I found that really interesting. But Hitler did have possession of it. Supposedly had possession of all 5 pieces of the spear. And they hid him in a bunker in all these German words. I'm so sorry. Kurtz bunker, built into the castle of Nuremberg to protect them from the air raids that were coming down during the war. Now, Hitler had it during the war time, and supposedly they placed replicas of the piece instead of the original. Now, nobody knows where the original is after Hitler had grabbed it. But there were several real ones, supposedly. Real relics that they had in this collection of things. After the Americans and the U.S. Army of Walter Horn, the 7th of August 1945, after the revolution was over with, Hitler's war was done, reign, they went into this bunker to find the missing treasures. And Vagisport, religious capital of Armenia, was brought to the monastery for the Holy Lance. It was given to an expert deciphering of the spear, but back then it really couldn't have been made exactly right like the other ones did they? Did they have molds and stuff? Maybe it must have mold to make it a duplicate replica of this spear. It is still on display at the Mongolian Museum in Vagersport, and enshrined in a 17th century regalia trophy and like a trophy stand. Now, what is ironic is the Turkish had it in their war. Hitler had it in their war. And then the French had it during the French Revolution. And that was with Napoleon. So the Turks' war, Napoleon, and Hitler all had this Spear of Destiny, supposedly, at the time of these wars. Was it power? Was it, like Hitler said, was it part of Union where they gathered the troops and stuff like that? That's really weird. Was it a mystical power surrounding major wars? As for Constantine, Constantine was a great Roman emperor, and in the 4th century, first Roman to ever convert to Christianity. So the Roman soldiers that killed Jesus, they finally switched over to Christianity. Um, which, I'm sorry, I'm talking weird, but my throat's getting dry. But yeah, it's amazing. So where is it? You know, if it's not the original, and it's supposedly placed in several different places, they broke it up into 5 pieces to keep it safe, so it wouldn't get into the hands of people like Hitler and the Turks. So where is it? Nobody's ever found it yet. You know, there's people that claim that they have it. There's people that, you know, like the Roman Catholic Church, I'm sure has it hiding somewhere. You know, hidden in safekeeping, like a safety deposit box or something, you know, in a safekeeping, because, you know, the Vatican, they have a place where they are highly guarded to the point where no one can get in to see these relics and stuff. So that's probably where it's at. But like I said, is it a mystical spear? Could it be the fact that Jesus was poked in his side to make sure that he was dead from the Romans? And it made that point that he was dead. And it had his blood on it. So a lot of people are claiming that these that are in all of these different places aren't real because it didn't have Jesus's blood on it. So if the real one Hitler hid during the war had blood on it and stuff, then it's probably, like I said, in the Vatican in Rome. So that was very interesting, and that's the start of the series of forbidden objects. Objects that people should never have in control of them, in their possession. Now, what I'm going to do this month of July is forbidden objects, and this is the start of it, the Spear of Destiny. And I will be doing the Crying Boys painting, the Book of the Dead, and also I will be doing the Dibbit box. Now, all of these this month is going to be on our Fear Fridays. I hope you enjoy this series of these forbidden objects. And all of the videos that I've done, I know that I'm just starting out and I'm trying to get my cameras and lighting to work, but please forgive me. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And hit that bell button, I'm sorry, so you can see all the videos. Thank you for watching Fair Friday. Please share some kindness and shine your beacon of light for those in the dark, because there's so many that need it. Peace.